Green Goblin. Green Goblin is Spider-Man's greatest enemy, and the villain who has caused Peter Parker more personal pain than anyone else. The identity most fans know is Norman Osborn, a brilliant businessman who became stronger and more unstable after experimenting with a dangerous performance-enhancing formula. Armed with a rocket-powered glider, explosive pumpkin bombs, razor bats, and advanced technology, Green Goblin is both intelligent and unpredictable. Unlike many villains who simply want power or money, Norman enjoys attacking Spider-Man emotionally by targeting the people closest to him. His murder of Gwen Stacy became one of the most shocking moments in comic book history, permanently changing Peter Parker's life. Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus, also known as Otto Octavius, is one of Spider-Man's smartest opponents. Originally a respected scientist, Otto's life changed after a laboratory accident permanently fused 4 powerful mechanical arms to his body. These robotic tentacles give him incredible strength, speed, and precision, while also responding directly to his thoughts. Dr. Octopus often believes his scientific genius makes him superior to everyone else, leading him to pursue dangerous experiments and criminal plans. Although he has repeatedly fought Spider-Man, Otto has also experienced moments of redemption, making him one of the character's most complex villains. Venom. Venom began as an alien symbiote that first bonded with Spider-Man before attaching itself to journalist Eddie Brock. Because the symbiote previously lived with Peter Parker, it knows Spider-Man's abilities and weaknesses, making Venom one of his most dangerous enemies. The creature grants Eddie enhanced strength, incredible healing, shape-shifting abilities, and its own web-like tendrils. Unlike Spider-Man, Venom is willing to kill when necessary. Over the years, however, Eddie Brock has evolved from a villain into an anti-hero, sometimes protecting innocent people while still maintaining his brutal methods. Sandman. Sandman is Flint Marko, a criminal whose body was transformed after an accident involving experimental particles. He gained the ability to control every grain of sand that makes up his body, allowing him to create giant fists, weapons, shields, and even enormous versions of himself. Because his body can simply reform after being destroyed, Sandman is extremely difficult to defeat using physical attacks. Despite his criminal past, Flint is often portrayed as someone who genuinely cares about his family and sometimes struggles between doing the right thing and returning to crime. Lizard. The Lizard is Dr. Kurt Connors, one of Peter Parker's closest scientific allies. After losing his arm, Connors developed a serum designed to regenerate human limbs using reptile DNA. The experiment successfully regrew his arm, but also transformed him into a giant reptilian creature with incredible strength, claws, enhanced healing, and a powerful tail. While transformed, the Lizard often loses his humanity and believes reptiles should replace mammals as Earth's dominant species. Peter's greatest challenge is not simply defeating the monster, but finding a way to save his friend. Electro. Electro is Max Dillon, a former electrical worker who gained the ability to generate and control electricity after a freak accident. He can fire devastating lightning blasts, travel through electrical systems, overload machines, and even power entire city blocks. Since Spider-Man relies heavily on technology such as web shooters and electronic gadgets, Electro's powers often place Peter at a major disadvantage. His abilities make him one of Spider-Man's strongest elemental opponents, capable of causing destruction on a massive scale. Mysterio. Mysterio is Quentin Beck, a special effects expert and illusionist who uses technology instead of superpowers. Through advanced holograms, drones, smoke, mirrors, and psychological manipulation, he creates illusions so convincing that even Spider-Man struggles to separate reality from fiction. Mysterio's greatest weapon is fear, because he attacks the mind rather than the body. His elaborate deceptions often force Peter to question everything he sees, making Mysterio one of Spider-Man's most unique and dangerous enemies despite having no actual superhuman abilities. Vulture. Vulture is Adrian Toombs, an inventor who built a high-tech flying suit after feeling betrayed by society and overlooked because of his age. The wings give him incredible speed, agility, and the ability to attack from the sky using razor-sharp feathers and advanced weaponry. Although he is one of Spider-Man's oldest enemies, Vulture remains extremely dangerous because of his intelligence and experience. His battles with Spider-Man often involve aerial combat high above New York City, where a single mistake can be fatal. Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter is Sergei Kravenov, a legendary big-game hunter who considers Spider-Man the ultimate prey. Rather than relying on advanced technology, Kraven depends on years of combat training, enhanced physical abilities from mystical potions, and exceptional tracking skills. He views every battle as a hunt, carefully studying his opponent before striking. Kraven's obsession with proving himself superior to Spider-Man led to the famous storyline Kraven's Last Hunt, which is widely regarded as one of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever written. Kingpin. Kingpin, whose real name is Wilson Fisk, is one of the most powerful crime bosses in Marvel. Although he has no superpowers, his enormous strength, intelligence, wealth, and criminal influence make him a constant threat. Fisk controls large criminal organizations while appearing publicly as a respected businessman. Rather than fighting Spider-Man directly, he usually attacks through manipulation, hired assassins, and carefully planned criminal operations. His influence extends far beyond Spider-Man, making him a major enemy of heroes such as Daredevil, Echo, and the Punisher. Scorpion. Scorpion is Mac Gargan, a private investigator who volunteered for an experiment intended to create someone stronger than Spider-Man. The experiment gave him enhanced strength, speed, durability, and a mechanical tail capable of delivering devastating attacks. However, it also damaged his mind, making him increasingly aggressive and unstable. Over time, Scorpion became one of Spider-Man's most persistent enemies, relying on brute force rather than careful planning. In some comic storylines, Mac Gargan even became a host for the Venom symbiote, making him even more dangerous. Rhino. Rhino is Alexei Sitsevich, a criminal transformed into a living weapon after undergoing experimental procedures that permanently bonded an incredibly durable suit to his body. His massive strength, nearly indestructible skin, and unstoppable charging attacks make him one of Spider-Man's physically strongest opponents. While Rhino is not known for his intelligence, his raw power allows him to smash through walls, vehicles, and almost anything standing in his way. Despite his intimidating appearance, some stories portray him as a tragic character who simply wants a better life, but repeatedly finds himself trapped in a cycle of violence and crime.